Hey, how is it going again, Guardians? LVnative here with another Destiny video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at exactly what you need to do in order for you to get your hands on the Thorn exotic hand cannon back in year 3. If you guys used to play back in year 1, you probably remember that the Thorn was notoriously powerful in the Crucible. It's been toned down a little bit, but it is still desirable and still a pretty good hand cannon. So this is exactly what you have to do to get your hands on it. Now, paying a little homage to year 1, in order for you to get it, you do have to turn in bounties. Now, I do believe in order for it to proc, it does have to be from one of the new Rise of Iron bounties that you get from like Shiro. In fact, I think Shiro's bounties are the one that I've seen everyone getting it from. So it's not 100% confirmed, but you do get it by turning in your bounties. Once it does proc for you and you see it turn in on the right hand side, you might have a hard time finding it. You're actually going to see right there that jagged purpose in your inventory screen. It's not going to be on your regular quests or anything. It's just going to pop up in your inventory like that. Once you see that, that is your cue to go talk to Eris Morn in the tower. She is an expert on the Thorn and the Hive, and they have a very, tight correlation between one another. So she's going to be the one that actually starts you on your quest. Now, once you talk to her, go ahead and accept the quest, and it is going to be a light in the dark. Now, there are several steps to this quest, and it's going to take you a little bit of time to get through, but don't worry, I'm going to walk you through each and every step. So, the very first thing you do once you get that quest, if you go ahead and take a look, it is going to tell you that you need to go and do the Echoes of Darkness. Basically, you got to go complete the Wretched Eye Strike. Now, you can do this on any difficulty that you want, so to make it easier for yourself, you may want to choose the lesser difficulty, just so you can run through this a little bit quicker and get this part out of the way. So, go in there, it's matchmaking, so even if you don't have a fire team, that's fine. Just go in there, kill the boss. Once you do, it's automatically going to update. You'll see right here on the right-hand side, pops up for you. You are now done with that part of the quest, and you are ready to move on to the next phase. Now, the next phase is going to be a little bit interesting depending on your play style, but if you look here, it actually says Harvest the Lesser. You can do this by killing Fallen pretty much anywhere. I personally decided to go to Archon's Forge because I know there's a lot of Fallen there for you to kill, and I was able to do this part of the quest relatively quickly. I started out just going into the Plague Lands and just killing random enemies, but I eventually made my way down to the Archon's Forge, and that was when I really progressed through this part of the quest very quickly. And it makes sense, there's a lot of Fallen here that show up in a very short amount of time for you to slay, and you're just going to rack up all those Fallen kills, and it's not going to take you too long at all. You actually see right here, as soon as the boss comes out, we start slamming on him, and I ended up getting that part of the quest complete. So, like I said, you can do this any way you want. If you'd rather just, play the game normally and do your strikes and bounties and stuff like that, you're naturally eventually going to kill enough Fallen to do this. But if you want to do it as fast as possible, my advice, go to the Archon's Forge and finish it up. Once you do, you get arguably the most dreaded part of this quest, Feast upon the Light. Now, in order to complete this, you are going to have to go into the Crucible and only get Void kills. That's the only type of kills that are going to count. For me, decided to take my last ditch 001 and my good old Truth for my Void weapons. Also, I am on the Night Stalker, so any smoke and or grenade kills are going to count towards that total as well. Now, this is going to take you a long time, depending on, how good you are in your playstyle and what type of weapons you like to use. You're going to need about 100 to 120 kills with Void abilities or weapons. So it really just depends on you. I love the new Supremacy play mode. That's what I did most of this in, running around with my shotgun. I had an absolute blast with it. Took me about 10 matches, I think, give or take 1 or 2, but right around 10 matches. But once you're done with that and it finally procs and you don't have to worry about any more Void kills, you're actually going to see you have Cleansed by the Light. Now, literally all you have to do is consume Motes of Light. Just consume 5 of them. That's all. If you want, make sure you have some weapons equipped that you want to level up. But anyway, you just go into your Motes of Light, count them off, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You are done with that part of the quest. Now, once you've done that, it is going to unlock the next part for you, and if you look at it, you can see where it began. Now this is the final step basically for you, and it tells you to go and do a particular strike that I had never quite heard of, and it's the Abomination Heist. So when I first was looking around for this strike, I couldn't find it, and then I took a clue from where it says where it began. Now I do remember for the original Thorn quest, for the very final part of it, I had to go into the summoning pits. So I decided to look around, when I couldn't find that particular, strike, and I went and loaded up the summoning pits. And if you go and change the difficulty to heroic instead of the easy, it will change from the summoning pits to the Abomination Heist, which is exactly the quest you need to finish. So go in here, do this strike. It's actually pretty easy, but it's very entertaining. I like the updates that they did for this strike. Once you go ahead and kill him, you're going to see a little treasure chest up here. Now you do have to have a skeleton key before you go into this mission. I did forget to mention that, so make sure that you already have a skeleton key. You can get this by completing strikes. You can get it randomly at the end of a strike as a reward, but once you have that, go in here, complete this strike, and at the end, open up the treasure chest, and there you have it. You have now got your hands on the Thorn exotic hand cannon. Congratulations! You are now ready to go wreck and tear people up in the Crucible, just like I used to love to do in year one. But that's gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful and or useful for you. If you did, go ahead and obliterate that like button for me. It really helps my channel out. Also, don't be afraid to leave some comments or questions in the section down below, and also subscribe if you haven't already. We got great content coming in the future. But as always, this is LVnative. You guys are awesome, and I will see you in the next one.